What is up, guys? Zan from Playbook.gg back here with the It Cap for another edition of our Madden 20 Wishlist series. Today's topic is going to go over some adjustments that need to be made to Crossman to help balance Madden 20. Before we dive into this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the great tutorials that we've got headed your way here on the Playbook.gg YouTube channel. And we're back. It Cap, what's going on, man?
Doing great, thanks, Dan. Definitely interested in talking about this topic as a pain point in the game right now. I feel like that we're talking about Crossman not in the sense of how it affects the pass game, but how it affects the run game.
Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start this off by showing an actual, kind of what the real glitch to this whole cross-manning fiasco is. And essentially what it is it's not even really cross-man. It's just base aligning and manning up individual players. And what that does is that removes the read and react phase of the run call. And as you can see right here, the wide receiver just does not block the corner. And this is going to allow us to stop certain runs. So in the example of a stretch, you're running a single back call and you are depending on your wide receivers to actually block the player that is standing right in front of them. And I'm going to go ahead and show the player it again here. All I'm doing is calling cover two, taking my flat players, base aligning, and then just manning them up on the wide receivers. And this is going to cause issues for the stretch blocking. You see that the wide receiver just comes, or the corner just comes in the backfield and tackles the ball carrier for a loss because for some reason the wide receiver doesn't block him.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's it's been in the game for a couple of years now, and it's something that we'd like to see something change just by manning somebody up or baselining and manning it up. They have total disregard for the possibility of a play action pass. As soon as they look like it's going to be a handoff, they're coming down. There's no risk and reward. It's basically all reward when it comes to the run game on manning somebody up.
So right here, what I'm doing is I'm looking through my depth chart, and I'm going to show you the play recognition ratings of the two players that are playing those outside wide receivers. James Bradbury comes in with a whopping 80 play rec, and opposite of him is Dante Jackson. He comes in with 78. Now, I don't know about you, but that looked like a better reaction than you would see out of a player with 99 play recognition.
Yeah, it's something that the play rec you can just throw right out the from a rating standpoint, it does not matter. It can be 22 rec. They'll play exactly the way you just saw it every single time by doing that little workaround basically for run defense. And there's not a whole lot of like I mentioned before, risk to it, because if it's a pass play, obviously you're getting someone manned up. If it's a run play, then you're getting those excellent angles right at the stretch. And we'll start showing you some different ways of how people are using this for inside runs as well.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let you have a first down on the fourth down call. But what I'm going to do here to prove this point is I'm going to put in a player. This is a real name. His name is Corn Elder, and he is a cornerback. I guess that's why he's called Corn. I don't know. But he's got like 56 play rec. And I want you to run the stretch to the right side right here. Or honestly, it doesn't really matter. Let me see here. This same trick will work with the inside zone to the right. So I want you to pay attention here. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and take a delay game. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you Corn Elder with his 56 play rec, just to further prove the point that play recognition does not matter with this particular strategy. So we can see Elder out here on the right. He is manned up on that wide receiver. And Antcap's going to run that stretch right into him, and he's just going to make this play in the backfield, and there's a safety. You can't even see that player coming off of the edge right there. This shows you this is something that is, honestly, this is really bad for game health.
It really is. It's something that, when you've got something in the game that does not, I don't want to say indefensible from a stretch standpoint, but if somebody knows this trick, which has been in the game for, more than one, it's not just a Madden 19 thing. It really waters down the ability to, have a successful run game, especially when we want all formations to be viable. That's why sometimes people are not using under center, because if you know that a stretch is something that can get shut down that simply by just making that adjustment, then why would you want to run the stretch anymore? It really kind of keeps everything inside. And I think that's something that we preach balance, but this is one thing to get it back to where it needs to be.
Now, I don't have the nickel 335 in my playbook right here, but I'm about to show you essentially the same concept of why the 335 is so popular. Now, I'm going to go ahead and call nickel normal. I'm going to call Tampa 2. You can go ahead and run those inside zone call that you wanted to call before the safety. And we're going to explain run fits and why this makes the game so unbalanced in the defensive favor to allow the cross manning. So again, the whole rule of thumb is not that the cross manning is OP. Cross manning is referring to coverage. We're talking about simply base aligning and then manning up players. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the run fits. Safeties are not in the run fit in the cover two, but I want you to take a look at how the safeties come down and play the run instantly as if they are. In fact, that safety is the first player to make contact with the running back on that inside zone call.
Yeah, absolutely. There's absolutely no hesitation when it comes to defending the run. And that's something that I'm going to run the same exact play. I'm going to call PA vert shot, which basically is going to be the play action version of it. And I want Zan to do the exact same thing with his defense. Now look at the safeties. They're going to know that it's not a run play by the way that they come. Like if they were to come down the same exact way as inside zone, then you can say, you know what? That's your risk and reward there. If you're going to want to play the run, kind of like what you would do when you basically sell out for the run and, run commit. Here you can see that they go back and they go ahead and do that, right? I'm just going to throw the ball away just to kind of get it off. But they don't come running down like a sprint 5 yards into basically with the linebacker depth as soon as I hike the ball, knowing that the game is programmed to basically give them that benefit of knowing it's a run play.
So again, right here, the Panthers have slow safeties, just for the record, but these are Mike Adams and Eric Reed, and that's exactly what you're going to see right here. They're manned up on the tight ends. Of course, if Ant Cap were to put Julio Jones on a fade right here and max protect, it's going to be a touchdown. But that's not the point we're trying to prove. We're just trying to prove that there's no counterbalance to this in terms of one, they're going to shoot straight down into the run fit. They're essentially always guessing right. They know when it's a run right away, and they know when it's a pass right away.
So yeah, they all stand up originally, and they basically come running straight down. There's no absolute hesitation. Their read and react's not there. It's really, it's simple. And, in the same aspect, as a player on defense, if I'm a middle linebacker, I can just look at my safeties and show that they're going in. I don't have to worry about play action anymore. I can sell out. It's just the ability of having that visual cue of knowing whether it's going to be a run or pass just by looking at your safeties manned up on just one player. You don't have to do both players. You can just look at one. A lot of times that's not going to, it's just not healthy for the game.
So one thing I'm going to show right here is I'm actually now in a cover four, and the safeties are actually in the run fit in cover four. But what I'm doing is I'm taking the players who are not in the run fit in the cover four, which are the outside corners, and I am manning them up on players. So now you're going to start to see the same rule come into effect where a player who's not in the run fit at the corner spot is going to start to try to make plays in the run game. And you can see right here that Julio does a decent job of blocking him, but because he does not have the read and react phase, he's instantly in the run fit. He does get blocked by Julio, but he's not backing up like you would see in that outside cover four quarters. He's literally just he's just basically into Julio's body, creating a roadblock. You see that you weren't able to maneuver around him when he's really not in the run fit to begin with. He should be, not playing a run assignment.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct. And I think that's something that, in a game that we've gone away from more people running the ball, more to passing. We really want to make sure that we discuss this point to, and we're going to do this, repeatedly, that in order to make sure that you can have a viable play action game, a viable run game, everything should work to where there's not this type of instant programming that gives a tell or gives the defense the advantage. And that's obviously the case when you just man somebody up.
So when we talk about cross-manning, now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pause just for a minute here to kind of round out this video. We talk about 3-3-5 and the health and the balance of the game. You guys know more than anybody in this community that I am Mr. Under Center. I'm Mr. Jumbo needs to attack. These 3 down linemen, 8, 7 defensive backs on the field type defenses. If you're not going to put the beef on the field, I need to be able to run the ball. Now you can kind of see why this is really becoming a frustration point over the last couple of years for me personally, is that we don't respect the physics of the safeties at linebacker. And now we can get players who are not in the run fit to instantly play the run like they are psychic and know that that's coming. They just go straight down. You play a cover 2 high defense, 6 in the box, your line is spread. It looks like the middle run is there, but then in the 3-3-5, you can cross-man all the linebackers. They're capable of covering crossing routes because you can put safeties at those spots. And then you get the players at the safety spot that are actual safeties over the top. They're in the run fade as well, and they can just kind of guard whoever they want as well. You get all these players that are literally just randomly cross-manning. You will face players that have rhyme and reason for what they do when they cross-man or individually hybrid man. But you get a lot of players out here that are just cross-manning to make their defense look like amoeba-like, and then they get the benefits of stopping the run too, when there's so many different things that prove that they shouldn't. The physics, the actual techniques of the lineman, and then obviously we're showing you right here, under the hood, play recognition does not matter when you base a line and man-up players.
That's absolutely correct, and I think that's a couple of the videos that we've made already has taught this point. But you really should have be forced somewhat to match up personnel in order to have success versus it. And people are able to get away with these 3-3-5s or dollar defenses when it comes to stopping the run game versus double tight end sets, mainly because it's a numbers game, right? And if you go ahead and get those safeties to sprint to the linebacker depth before the running back even has the ball, now you're starting to put more people in the box when they had no business being there, other than that they're psychic from a programming standpoint. And it really gives those players that they're playing a video game, they're playing it to their best of ability as for what they are put in front of them, but they're not getting punished, and getting the best of both worlds. And that's something that talk about competitive balance. That's something that we'd like to see get fixed going forward.
As always, guys, if you have any talking points that you would like discussed in these wish list videos, things that are problematic for you, things you don't like in Madden 19 that you'd like to see fixed in Madden 20, the whole purpose of these videos are to provide constructive criticism. We don't want you guys to go in and just, go crazy and be destructive with it. But I just wanted to bring that up. We're always in the comments looking for your feedback. You guys give us a lot of ideas on this channel for our tips and tricks that we put out every single week, but also for these wish list videos. Definitely something that we'd like to hear back from you guys. Let us know what your thoughts are on this topic, and we'll definitely be on the lookout for potential future ideas for videos. But that's going to go ahead and do it for us here. I'm going to go ahead and sign it off for AntCap. This is Zan. Get the lab and good luck. If you like this video, check out one of the videos on your screen right now. And for more in-depth analysis, visit www.playbook.gg for detailed game plans written by pro Madden players. Master the game with playbook.gg.